now for about 9 months. 9 months. Got started in February, so it might be more than 9 months. Um, as like all of you, took some losses and just wanted to find a way where we could find a way that we could lose less money and basically try to master the skill. So that's what we sign up for. We sign up to learn the skill to make this money. So I can jump straight into it. Um, hopefully, most of you have gone through the academy. Hopefully, most of you have gone through the academy and uh, learned some stuff. Here's what I learned in the academy: is that all the videos put together, and not just the basics, all the videos put together is going to give you uh, more value. It's going to give you more value when you start actually trading by yourself in the market. And my job today is to get you to be able to identify trade setups in the market on your own. Uh, I'm sure all of you would like to be able to trade on your own. Am I correct? All right, good, good. So jump straight into my strategy. I trade on the 4 hour, but I go to the day to find the major support and resistance levels. I trade zone to zone. So I'm going to change over from the candles and go to the day. Go to the day chart, change over from candles to line, so I can see exactly where price closed to turn around. So my first course of action now is to zoom out to try to see as much places where price reversed. So we see price was in an uptrend here. It stopped, it reversed and came down. So automatically I'm looking at this area here as a good support and resistance level, because after a big move, it then stopped, reversed, and went down. So I'm going to put a horizontal line here. What I like about it is that I find resistance here, and I have support here. So I like this area. I like this area. That's why I put the line there. All right, so I'm basically going to do that a few times and just find the major areas where price turn around. Like you, I've got burned plenty times. So instead of catching the whole move from here to here, I might actually put a line in between. What I try to do is I try to separate my zones by about 100, minimum 100, minimum 80 to 100. So right now, this is about 800 pips, almost 800 pips apart. So I know that I can find some more zones in here or more areas where price reverse. So it's a smaller move, but we ain't trying to be in trades for a couple of weeks. We will make money now. So when I find support and resistance, I have support here and resistance here, resistance here. I like this area, resistance there. I have support here. I have resistance over here. So I like it. Don't try to be exact with it, because the reversal areas are zones. It's not this one price as where price is going to turn around or price is going to turn around here. It's like it's more or less an area. So after I get a good view of what's going on around where price is here right now. So I put a couple above and a couple below. We on the day chart now. I trade on the 4 hour. So This is about 100 pips to the next zone. 48400 8500, about 100 pips. I like that because I have resistance here and I have support over here. Yes, it's not touching the line, but we can get to that. If at any time you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question so that you could maximize being on this call. So I see resistance here. Zoom out. I have support here. I have resistance over here, so I like it. Try unmute now.
All right, yeah, I good now.
Okay. Yeah, so if you have any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question. I don't believe there's a right or wrong way to draw your zones. Once you know you're catching the major moves. All right, so after I finish drawing up my lines, a couple above, couple below, I can actually do the whole chart if I wanted to, but that's gonna take forever to actually show you guys the strategy. So I then go back to the candles. And now I'm gonna actually put my zone on. I'm gonna go by the paintbrush and get the rectangle. What I'm looking for here now is I'm trying to catch the wicks of the candles. I'm trying to catch them above, coming from above and coming from below. So this one here, I don't have anything to go off for above. Right over here. Okay. So I like this here because price turn around right above my, let me get a little closer. Price turn around above my zone here. So I'm gonna put my zone, I'm gonna start it on top. So when I put the crosshair, I see price turn around here, close and turn around, reverse, close and turn around here. So I'm gonna start it here. I'm gonna try to catch the wicks from underneath as well, as many as possible. I don't wanna do it too big. So I'm gonna stop it right on the wick of that candle there and the wick of these two candles here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go to settings, I'm gonna right click and go to settings, go to coordinates, and I'm gonna do one positive and one negative so that the zone can be straight throughout the chart.
Ali,
Hey.
price closes each candle?
No, where price close is basically, let me come off the crosshair. Price close, so this candle right here that I'm on now, it opened here. It opened here. It came down. It went up. So this the low, this the low, this the open. The top of the wick is the high, and where the green candle finish up top is where it closed.
Okay.
The red one, this would be the open, this would be the high, this would be the low, and then this would be where it closed.
Where it closed. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't understand your question, Menes. What am I using to trade? So as I go close to the price, you can see that my zone is being respected. Price comes in, comes out, comes in. It's a good place. It's a good place for it. Right on my zone, it turns around here. It consolidates for a bit. And this is why I like my zones, because when I get the wicks from the top, This now acts as resistance, and this now acts as support. The top of my zone is resistance when price is coming up, and the bottom of it is support when price is coming down. So it could be either or. So price found support here, price found support here, price found resistance here, price found resistance there. So the zone itself acts as support and resistance. If you have no idea what I'm talking about with support and resistance, the Academy has a lot of videos that speaks on support and resistance. I believe they have like 3 videos that explain support and resistance, the ceiling and the floor. So that's that one. That's one zone covered. You can see the price didn't break my zone. It went up, played around in the zone for a little while, found resistance and support, and then it broke out. I like that. So I'm just gonna draw the zone for all of them now and try to catch the wicks from the top and the bottom. So right here where the candle closed and where the candle closed and open, I like it. And as I go out, I can always go back in time and see how price is respecting my zone. Price respects it here. I drew it up from here, and you can see how it's respecting it. So I like where my zone is placed. We got this wick here. I love it. 100 pips. Let me see why I draw this line here.
Wally, question.
Mm-hmm.
How normally when you go back, how far back do you go to test?
To what you mean to back test?
Yeah, the back test. How far back do you normally go?
I can get there because we have some people who probably never seen my strategy before. So let me just go through the full strategy when I get to back testing. Just remind me that question, please, because I can forget it.
No
Please,
problem. Okay then.
please
All
remind
right
me.
then. All right.
Platform product. Okay. So I drop my zone. I drop my line down a bit. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep drawing my zones. I'm gonna speed it up right now. Catch the wicks from the top, like I do in here.
Question, what is that you're doing now? When you putting in the 50,000, what is that for?
That's so that the line can show up all the way forward and all the way back. So I
Oh,
could
okay.
go all the way in the future, and I could go all the way in the past, and my zone is still gonna be there. So I could go
Okay.
back as far as 2005, and I can see how price is respecting my zone. Price respecting it. From 2013, you can see it respecting the zones. So I like the zone. I trade zone to zone. When we get further in, you guys gonna see how I call it easy money.
Ty, what the hell are you talking about? You could see him?
Yes, I'm just gonna draw my zones all the way through. This is the last one I can draw up for this one. And then I'll move on so it could be less confusing. But I promise you these zones are very important to me. Very important to me. When you get comfortable doing this is gonna take 5 minutes to drop all your shots. When you get comfortable with it. Okay. So now that I have a couple zones drawn up, I'm gonna go back down to the 4 hour. The 4 hour is where I trade. As you can see right now, price came down to the zone. Where price came down to the zone. Wherever price, I trade zone to zone, but not because price has reached my zone mean I'm gonna buy this pair. I'm not gonna automatically buy. I need to see price print something, so I need the market to actually talk to me. So what I'm gonna show you guys today is I'm gonna show you guys what I look for. I'm gonna show you guys what I look for when I see price reach to my zone. So I only take trades from my zone. So it's gonna be engulfing candles, double top, double bottom, and the last kiss. I use other catalysts. I use other stuff to show me when to take a trade. But for now, I'm just gonna show you guys these ones for this training here, the engulfing candles. And I'm actually gonna change pairs to one of my charts that I have charted already. And I'm gonna show you guys some engulfing candles, a double top, double bottom, and the last kiss. So the trade that I call the GBP CHF, hey Menace, if you watching, you when stop typing, you might could see how I'm drawing up my chart. All right, so I took this trade. I call this trade here on GBP CHF because price broke my zone. It went back and it retested the zone. That's my first confirmation for this trade. That was my first confirmation. The zone got broken. And I say price broke it. And I say price broke my zone. Price was up here, was above my zone. It came down and found support here. It went back up. It came down, it broke my zone. So that's confirmation number one. Got a break, and then we got a retest. So this is now the ceiling or resistance. This is the new resistance. This was the previous resistance, and this is the new resistance. Price broke, retest, confirmation number one. Confirmation number two, we got an engulfing candle. Number two, we got an engulfing candle right here. This candle here is engulfing, meaning it totally covered the previous candle. What I use is if the candle is bigger than the last 6 candles, then we take that as confirmation that this is a strong, high probability trade. Strong, high probability trade. So I count the last 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this candle is bigger than all of them. So I'm gonna put my sell stop down here. I like even numbers, so I call it at, that's why I call it at 1.2800. I could have gone up a little higher, but I try to avoid the wicks over here. So I went below it, and 7 pip, 5 pip difference didn't matter to me, so I just went with an even number at 1.28. And I'm expecting this to go down all the way down to my next zone. So that's one high probability trade just from the engulfing candle. So we get in here, we're gonna ride it down all the way to our next zone. I give it a little bit of room because sometimes price doesn't do it. Plus I don't have my zone itself drawn down here. If I was to put my zone there, it would be there. This kind of why I don't train until after you go through the basics the first 24 videos in the academy. I don't try to teach people before they actually go through it because it's kind of advanced. So this will probably go over a lot of people's head if they haven't gone through the academy. That's why I push going through the academy and at least watch the basics before you take my training. Because you would understand support and resistance if you watch the basics videos. You would understand price reversal zones. You would understand what a break and a retest is. So we got the engulfing candle, got in. We got 2 confirmations on this trade. We can say that this is in a downtrend. We probably could say that. So that would be my third confirmation that it's in a downtrend. But it isn't clear as day. I only take trades that's clear as day, and I count them as confirmation if it's clear as day. But it is moving down. It is moving down. So I don't want to say a trend. But that's my confirmation that that's engulfing candle. We could find engulfing candle further back as well. I put my TPs basically at minor zones where price turn around here. That's my TP1, which hit already. You see where it hit here. TP2 price came within 1 or 2 pips of hitting TP2. And now it's playing around here. I'm still expecting it to drop all the way down because of the strong high probability trade. The engulfing candle. Just a break and a retest and engulfing candle. 2 confirmations. That's all I needed for this trade.
Question, Jhirmal.
Yo.
You take like big news as confirmation as well?
News as confirmation. I don't worry about the news. Whatever price is going to do is going to do. So if this candle was news, then so be it. Whatever price is supposed to do before the news, that's what it's gonna do. And it broke and retest before the news, and it just happened to give me this engulfing candle. So you could call it news. I mean, people could call it news and say that's a news candle. This is what the market does. I take news very literally, very little. I really don't take it into consideration because I'm trading on the 4-hour. I leverage my account, right? So this candle here was about 100 pips, 90 pips. If I was in a buy, I was holding my position in 100 pips in the negative. If I got in here for a buy, I would have hold that position because if it was going up for news, it's gonna correct itself and continue to go up. It might take a little bit longer for my trade to hit now, but I don't let news alter my decisions in trading. I'm a technical trader. Whatever on the charts, no matter what happens, price is gonna respect the zones. no matter what happens. You can't tell me anywhere else here on this chart where news happen. Price respects it. Price respects the zones. So that's one example of an engulfing candle. What I don't take my engulfing candles through zones, like how this candle here came through the zone, from the top zone all the way, broke my zone. That's not a confirmation for me. I want to see it off my zone. I want to see it off my zone. Yes, it did still go down, but it didn't go down to my next zone. So if we was expecting it to come all the way down here, even though TP1 and TP2 might have hit, we would have gotten burned here. If we weren't watching, I hardly watch my trades. So because it came through the zone, I'm not going to take the setup. So I'm going to change chart again. I'm going to go to UJ. UJ, I still holding my position on this one. All right, so this basically has 4 or 5 of my confirmations basically in one. So the last kiss is basically when price is consolidating, and y'all would agree that price is consolidating in this box. Y'all would agree that that's what price doing?
Yeah.
All right, price consolidating, it broke out, and it came right back and it touched the bottom of the box. I had a sell limit. It didn't actually touch this box, but that's close enough for me. That's close enough for me. I actually had my sell stop at 113.700. I don't like sell limits, but when I saw this breakout, I was expecting a retest up here to back to the box, because this was the previous support. Price broke the previous support because price found support here, price found support here, here. And so now that support is broken, I need to make sure that that roof, that ceiling is secured. Like price ain't going back up there. So once I saw that, I was like, okay, good. I actually got in the trade because of the engulfing candle. Well, I got in the trade because of the double top that we have here. Let me just move that right quick. This is the first touch in the zone. As far as I'm concerned, price consolidating, this is the first touch. Came higher than the rest. First touch, it came down, it came back to the bottom of my zone. Remember, I told you all that the bottom and top of my zones are support and resistance. So price was kind of respecting it here. And when it went up further into the zone, and when it came back out, I want to see that the support is broken now. I would love to see it be retested, which it did here. And I didn't fabricate this zone, because you can see price turn around here too. Price turn around here, price turn around here, turn around meaning reverse. I could go back as far as the chart goes, and I'm sure I'm gonna find where price turn around the zone again. And that's why I do it all the way in the future and all the way in the past.
Wally,
Yo.
yeah, just back to the question. So the back testing and retesting is basically for your confirmations and what you would have seen in the test engulfing candles or the last kiss then.
Okay, so back testing and retest is two different things. I just want to clear that up. So if price playing around here, if price playing around here for a little while, or if it goes up and turns back around, like once it breaks this support level, because the bottom of my zone is support, when it's coming from up, this is now support. This was the ceiling here, the ceiling broke, and I'm looking for the retest now of the bottom of the zone, but it didn't, it broke it. So whenever it break my support or resistance levels, I would love to see it go back up to test that area, to make sure that that area is secure now. So it broke and it ain't going back up because it's secure. And that's exactly what price did here. Price came down, it came out of the zone, it broke support, and now it retesting to confirm that it is now resistance. That makes sense? If I lost you on this one, just let me know. I'll go over it again.
No, that was it. That was me asking. That's why I wanted to put the question back to you on what it
Okay.
was, what the test was about. All right.
Yeah. So anybody else not clear on break and retest? Because I'm more than happy to actually go over that, because that's one of my confirmations. That's one of my confirmations, but it isn't enough for me to say take the trade. I love.
For me, could you go back over it for me, please?
Okay, no problem. So price.
Thank you.
Okay. So here we see that price finding resistance here. It went up in the zone. It came back down. It found support here. Went back up. It actually went in the zone a little bit. It came down. Found some resistance. Found some support in here, and it turned around in the zone. It broke the zone. It came out and it broke. I would love to see it come back down here to actually test this zone. That's what I would love to see. Sometimes it don't happen. That means I ain't taking the trade if I don't see the retest. I'm just gonna let this ride all the way up because I don't have any confirmation here. I don't have any confirmation to ride this up. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'm very patient when I trade. So I take my time. It make no sense rushing the market. The market isn't going anywhere. If it take you 12 months to make $1 million, and so be it. The market ain't going nowhere. So I missed out on this opportunity here because it came out and it didn't give me that retest to the zone. So I missed this ride up, and that's fine. So price came out. Price stopped here for a little while. It stopped there for a little while. So we probably could have said like, okay, it finding resistance now. Before you could see this big candle here, you say that price. You're probably saying that price finding resistance here, and you take the trade. So that's why I don't take it. I wait and I get confirmation from candles, either the double top, double bottom, engulfing candle, or some sort of indication that the market is actually going to move. So with the break and retest, price came up, and I told you my zones. Inside this zone here is the bottom is support when price is coming down, and the top is resistance. Here we see that price is finding resistance here. All this here, price trying to break it, and it didn't break it. Y'all with me so far on that? I got that. The top of my zone is resistance.
Yes, I got you.
Support on the uptrend. And same thing, same set way on the downtrend. Price coming down. Price breaks the support. This would be the support. When price coming down, it break the support. This would now become support too. So I don't take any trades inside my zone. Nowhere in my zone I take a trade, because price could find support here and price could find resistance here. All right. So price finally broke the zone. Price finally broke the zone here. It came out of my zone. That's what I mean when I say break. It broke the resistance level. That's the ceiling. The ceiling was broke. Ceiling, resistance, all that is the same thing. Floor and support is the same thing. So after I see that my roof and my ceiling and my resistance has been broken, I want to see price come down and find support now. When I see support, and I see price come down and retest this area, I'm good. And then look at that, we get an engulfing candle. A candle bigger than the previous candle in the opposite direction. So this was going down. This candle came down, this one went up. And if you put this candle on top of the green candle on top of the red candle, that's an engulfing candle. Now let me count my last 6 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this candle is bigger than all of them. So I put my, and I see the price went up, but let's put a ray here. This would be my buy stop. I just got the break and the retest, and then I got an engulfing candle. So this would be my buy stop, and now I'm gonna ride it all the way up to the next zone. Look at that. From here to the next zone, 140 pips. Easy money. You don't have to think about this. You see this clear as day, a break and a retest. engulfing candle, sell stop here. Here we go on the negative a little bit. Go on the negative, maybe 20 pips. That's why leverage is important. It could have actually come all the way back down to the zone, to the bottom of the engulfing candle, or sometimes it'll come right to the body of the previous candle and then turn back around. But that's why I put the sell stop above the wick, and just ride up to the next zone. That's easy money. You don't have to think about that. Break, retest, engulfing candle, ride it up to the next zone. 140 pips, just like that. It's gonna take some time, yes. It's gonna take some time, but basically after here, you in profit. This actually took 10 days, but you would have been so far in profit, you could have closed out if you wanted to. You could have closed out if you want to and jump back in later on. So you get into profit, secure your profits, stop loss in profit, and continue to ride it up. You don't have to worry about that trade no more because you already put it. When you get, so you get in here.
Molly, how you knew the days just now? How you saw the days?
I used the ruler, the ruler, and I basically started on my buy stop, and I click, and I just let it go all the way up. I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel that basically does a walkthrough of Trading View. So does the Academy. So I just run it all the way up to where it actually hit my TP, 140 pips.
Okay, I see the 10 days. I saw the days. I see it.
Yeah. All right. So that's easy money right there. So break and retest. Break and retest, pretty clear. Only on the reversals. Because I consider the bottom of my zone. Because I consider the bottom of my zone resistance and support, right? When price is inside my zone and it comes out, it breaks that support level, I want to see it go back up to retest. So right here would have been a double top for me. That's top 2, and that's top 1. Okay, I can take a look at that. So the double top for me, I don't take trades where the double top is at the same level. Price come down. I don't take these double tops. I don't like them double tops to ride down to the next zone. I like it where when price goes up to the zone, comes down, and then comes up, but doesn't come all the way up. It doesn't close as high as the first touch. And I can look for that to come down. But I wait on the market to actually print something. So this would be my first touch here. First touch, price goes down, comes back up. It doesn't go as high as the first touch. And then we get an engulfing candle. Sell stop would have gone under here. We'd have ride it down to the next zone. So I got a double top and an engulfing candle off my zone. Everything is from zone to zone. What I've got, I would have gotten into this trade about here, and I would have rode it down all the way to my next zone. 100 pips, 5 days, that's 1 week. 112 pips in a week, and that's only one trade, and you leverage properly. You leverage properly, you could still jump in other trades and still make money while you have that one trade running. I personally don't get in more than one trade at a time. That's my personal preference. I use 3% of my account balance as my lot size. So I'm pretty under leverage or leveraged properly. So when I drop my charts, I have very little modifications I ever have to make, because if I draw this zone here and it's consistent with back in 2005, this zone don't have to move. Only when I do trainings, I basically draw my charts up over again. All right, so this is the last kiss here where price was consolidating. Price was consolidating here. Price broke out, retested, and I ride it down to the next zone. I have the double top here, first touch. Price came down, went back up, came back to the zone. That's first confirmation was the double top. Right? First confirmation was the double top. Second confirmation was this engulfing candle here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This candle is bigger than the previous 6 candles. By the time I saw this, I had already seen this wick here. So I was like, I was hesitant to call this trade, but because I saw the engulfing candle, I knew that it was gonna go down. So I put the entry at 113.40 or 400, and we got into profit. TP1, I believe, hit or came very close to hitting, or maybe it hit. I don't even remember. I be in so much trades. Since then, I don't even worry about my trades. So TP1, I believe. TP2 was close to getting hit. I don't remember. But anyway, I also had another entry up here for the sell limit. So when it took us in the pro, hit my TP1, kicked me out that trade with my profit, hit my TP. It went back up. TP2 trade was still running, or TP3 trade was still running, and it went back up and it activated this trade here and turned around. So I had zero drawdown on this trade here because I saw the last kiss forming after the fact. Saw the last kiss, so I wrote it down. So we have the last kiss, we have the double top engulfing candle, and the last kiss. So I have no doubt that this was going to drop. UJ right now, I'm expecting it to basically find resistance here, because it found resistance here. I'm expecting it to find resistance right here where it was consolidating for a little while. Basically the last kiss again, engulfing candle, and the last kiss right here where price was consolidating. So let me just draw this box. So that's what I see there. I see consolidation, price broke out with an engulfing candle, the retest. I'm gonna see it finish right all the way down to my next zone. So if I wanna enter the trade, I'm gonna put a sell stop right under the wick. Or you can enter now. I just don't like market execution, because this could very well continue to go back up, enter back in the box, find resistance, find support, find resistance, find support, and then go back up, because this candle will have 10 more minutes on it. We could very well see that go in there. So this candle here, with 10 minutes left, I doubt again I'm back in the zone, in the consolidation box. So it's gonna see it bounce off of here. Next candle, I'm looking for a sharp move down. Well, probably don't even have to be sharp, but I'm looking for it to turn around after this candle. It might play around for a little while here and then drop, but that is clear as day. But my confirmation came from up here with the consolidation, double top, engulfing candle, last kiss, riding it down to the next zone. I closed most of my positions on UJ, but I actually have one running still. So that's 160 pips. 160 pips. I got in on this candle here. So far it's been 4 days, 8 hours so far on this trade. It don't seem that long. Hey, you don't mind waiting once you're in profit. Don't mind waiting. I promise you that. Okay. So now that I've shown you guys the double top, I'll show you guys the double bottom. I think I did. Okay, to me, this would be the double bottom where price came down. Price came down. We got an engulfing candle. We got an engulfing candle. So automatically, because price found resistance and then I got an engulfing candle, I looking to put my buy stop here to ride it up. So my buy stop got activated. Price come down, you end up back in negative for a little bit. 111.000. You end up in the negative for 20 pips. And then you see this the double bottom here. That's the second touch here. I'm gonna ride it all the way up to the next zone. So I mean, I was already in from the engulfing candle, but to see this extra confirmation, like that stopped you from worrying. That stopped you from worrying about the trade. If you were worried about it here, and you see you go on a negative, you see it stop and turn around here, double bottom. Price was coming down. So that double bottom basically started the uptrend. That double bottom started the uptrend. See how the wicks match up on the trend line that I drew? The double bottom started the uptrend. So we got it on the engulfing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is bigger than the last 6. So engulfing, gone in the profit, TP1 probably hit, come back down, take you in the negative, and then you ride it all the way up. See how much pips that was from the engulfing? 52 pips. You had gotten in. When you see this turn around, you probably would have put a buy stop here. Same thing. So you could enter a second position and get another 40 pips from it because you have that extra confirmation. Now you can enter another position and ride it all the way up. So if you want to call this candle a news candle, then you could go ahead. That's fine. Appreciate it. So what I do from here, now that you've seen the double top, the double bottom, the engulfing candle, and the last kiss, I'm gonna let me go to EUR. Nah, I ain't gonna fool with that. This happens on every pair. You can basically go to any pair. Let's go to gold. I don't really call trades for gold. I don't really call trades. After a while, I get comfortable seeing the market. So I kind of look at my price line as I look at it as a zone. I know that it's not just this line. I just like my chart to be a little bit cleaner sometimes. So I was looking for this to come down to retest this line, but like I say, this is an area. So you see where price turn around here, price turn around right here. If I was to put my zone on it, my zone probably would have gone there. But, and I only do that because I see price turn around here. So I got the break on the retest. Price broke my zone, retest. But right now, it really didn't give me any confirmation as far as a candle printed. That's what I wait for. I wait for the market to actually talk to me. I got a break and a retest, and I didn't see an engulfing candle. If this one comes down some more and probably turns around here, I'll say, okay, that would be my double bottom. I won't call this here as a double bottom because I like my confirmations to be clear as day. No guessing, no wondering if this is what he's saying or if this what a double bottom is. Like I want it to be clear as day. So price came down. That was the retest, first touch. Price goes up. Price comes down and closes about here. That's clear as day. That would be clear as day. That's the start of the uptrend to ride it up to the next zone. Like I say, I don't really trade gold. I don't call it. I trade it, but I don't call it. And I just need to see that confirmation there. We see that first touch come down clear as day, second touch. We possibly could get an engulfing candle after it. If not, but we know we have our double bottom. I know for sure that this is a confirmation of the double bottom. Price didn't come back down to the zone. Price turn around and go. An engulfing candle would be a icing on the cake, basically. and you can ride it up to the next zone for possibly, because I like to be safe. So if I was to take this trade right now, I'd probably be putting my buy stop up here and riding it to the next zone for a lot of pips. But play it safe. You don't have to rush in this market. You do not have to rush in this market. There's no need to rush. Just be patient and let the market talk to you. Like I said, I let the market talk to me. I wait on it to print something on the charts to show me. So I can go back to UJ now, and I'm going to show you guys how to back test, how to apply this to your everyday trading. So I'm going to zoom out and go as far back in the past as possible. Let me just lock my screen so I don't move nothing. Take this off auto. If any of you know how to move, let me see. If any of you know how to move this from here, please let me know. I've been trying to figure it out for the longest. Yeah. All right, so we back in 2015, looks like. Okay, 2014 look like as far as it's gonna let me go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go one candle at a time to do my back testing. I'm gonna go one candle at a time to do my back testing. One candle at a time. I have a spreadsheet that I use to track my trades. So each catalyst, I call the engulfing candle, the double top, double bottom, and the last kiss a catalyst. So what I do is before I trade live with this strategy, I did 100 trades. I did 100 trades back testing, and it took me like maybe an hour to do the 400 or 500 trades because you already have the candles printed. It's just a matter of you going back and actually walking step by step to see. Okay. So what I found out during my back testing is that the engulfing candles, this is an engulfing candle here. When it comes from on top of your zone and come down into your zone, don't take the trade. Let it be off your zone. Because like I tell you, the top is resistance. When price is going up, this is resistance and this is support. So price could find support here and turn around like it did here. So this is an engulfing candle, yes, but it's in my zone, so I can't take that trade down. Look what it did. So I'm not gonna take this trade. Price could very well go down, but I only take high probability setups. So I'm gonna go one candle at a time, see what price does. Again, engulfing in the zone, it did come out on this side, and because it came from the bottom outside my zone and broke above, I can't take that setup either. Price could very well go up to the next zone, but I only looking for the high probability.
Molly, so that red one that broke halfway through the zone, that long red candle, that would be considered a break in the zone?
This one here?
Yeah.
All right, so it did break the support, but this here, I mean, it did, yeah, it broke the support here, but this is also support here. So I can't take that trade because price could very well come down here. And it don't make sense me going for, I don't take trades unless I could get a minimum of 50 pips from that trade. So this here, the bottom of this zone here, would have only like 10 pips. So it ain't worth it. It's too high for 10 pips.
Yep.
You go in a trade for 10 pips and you put a stop loss. You can't put your stop loss 10 pips because you can get knocked out for almost every single time.
Yep.
I'm not knocking anyone else on their strategy, but for me personally, in my account, my money, 10 pips, going for 10 pips is too risky. As far as placing a stop loss to protect your account, you gotta put at least 30 pips on a 10 pip trade. So if I gotta put at least 30 pips stop loss, I need to at least 30 pips in the positive. So the minimum stop loss I would use trading my strategy would be 50 pips because it's the minimum I get in the trade for. That's my personal decision.
Right.
Each setup has its own rules as far as stop loss. The engulfing candle, if you was to take the engulfing candle, the stop loss would go to the bottom of the engulfing candle, to the bottom of the wick, the double top. If this was the first touch and this the second touch, the stop loss would go above the first touch. The double bottom, same thing. If this is the first bottom, this is the second bottom, stop loss would go below the wicks of the first touch. And that could be a lot of pips. That could be 100 pips. So just make sure your zones, it worded for you. But I just don't like to use stop loss. So this one here, yeah, I wouldn't take this because this broke from above and it going down into my zone. It could find support here. I looking for the break and the retest first. That's my first confirmation, break, retest, and then I want the market to actually print something, print a candle to tell me take the trade or not. So like how this zone broke here, it didn't retest this zone. So I would just miss this trade completely. I don't mind missing pips if I don't have like almost like a guarantee, if that makes sense. I need a guarantee for me to take the trade. So I miss all these pips from zone to zone, that's fine.
And your guarantee would be for it to retest your zone.
Say it again.
And one of your guarantees would be for it to retest your zone.
Yes, that would be one. Basically, my confirmation. Yeah, my confirmation. I don't know why I say guarantee because ain't nothing guaranteed. We could have the same setup that I call in right now, and it still could go bad. It still can go bad. We can see in the Gulf and Canada, it don't go where it's supposed to go. We could see that happen. All right. Okay. Well, I don't see anything printed here. No engulfing candles to go up, so I can't take that trade. Yeah, you could say a break and retest. Yeah, that look okay. And you don't have to be technical. Even though it's finished in the zone, like that's fine. That's fine. But I ain't gonna take it because nothing was printed here to tell me to go in for a buy. So I'm not gonna take the trade. It still went up, but that's fine. In the zone, so I'm not taking it. We miss out. This is an engulfing candle, but again, that there is too close to the zone. So it ain't, we can't get 50 pips, so it ain't make no sense fooling with that. Okay, here, this is engulfing the previous candle. It is engulfing the previous candle, but it isn't bigger than the last 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th candle is bigger than this engulfing candle here. So I'm not gonna take the setup to write it down. Good thing we didn't. All right. So this is an engulfing candle, but the previous candle is the same bullish. It's still bullish, the same as the previous candle. It don't make no sense taking that. All right, we'd have missed this one too because this went straight into the zone. It didn't close over here or anything, so we missed that one. So far we have 0 trades, right? I have no zone above, so it didn't make no sense. If I had a zone above, I probably would have taken this engulfing candle and ride it up to the next zone. If we had a zone above, I probably would have taken the trade. I don't. Price. Okay, I wouldn't have taken this one in my zone. I would love to see that come down and retest. Okay, we got a break and a retest, but that's not enough confirmation.
Molly, if you don't mind, that red one that went straight through the zone, could you explain why you wouldn't take that?
Which one? This one here?
Back a little bit. Back, that one there. Right
This
there.
green
The
one?
red started, no, the red one that started at the top and also went, like, it went straight through. Can you tell me, like, what's wrong with that setup there?
All right, so because I saw the break, my zone got broken. My zone got broken, right? Me personally, like I like I tell you, like, y'all could find these setups. Y'all could find these setups and take the trade, but my rules tell me not to take the trade, and that's because what I witnessed when I did my back testing. So if you do your back testing, how you draw your zones, and you see that, okay, these set are profitable, then you could take them. But me personally, when I take my back test, these the set here that failed. And furthermore, the last candle was a bearish candle, as the same one. So I can't even say engulfing, because it ain't engulfing nothing. No candle was, no, the opposite color candle was in there. So I definitely wouldn't have taken it. But had, like, how it break and then it retests, it broke and retest. And if this had given me an engulfing candle, well, it wouldn't have been engulfing it. But if it gave me a double top, I probably would have entered the trade and ride it down to the next zone.
Okay.
For sure. Someone asked if I go down to the fifth, if I enter, or when do I enter a trade. So basically, depending on the setup, engulfing candle automatically, because it's a bearish, I don't even want to use that one. So with the engulfing candles, if it engulfs, if it's a bullish engulfing candle, I put my sell stop above it. I mean, my buy stop above it, and just let it rise straight to the next zone. If it's a double bottom, I put a buy stop above. The proper way to take the trade is to put a buy stop up here. But after I see the double bottom is formed, I probably could put my buy stop down here. But to be safe, I'll tell you go above where our price turned around the previous time above the wicks. But if I see the double bottom form, I could put a sell stop almost halfway up and just wait and see what happens. Sometimes I actually wait to see if it is a double bottom. So I will probably still wait for price to come back up. So I still put my buy stop here and ride it up to the next zone. So everything I do is on the 4 hour. Do everything on the 4 hour because I don't do market execution. I do pending orders for all my trades. I will never send a market execution unless I went to put a buy stop and price is moving so fast, it already reached my entry point that I wanted to enter at. So I might just say, I might have it typed up, buy, stop, and then I have to go back up now and press and delete the stop and just say buy, because it can activate right then and there. But you will hardly ever see me ever send a trade that says buy or sell. It's always going to be a pending order for the most part.
Do you ever do the buy limits or the limit?
Okay, so the limits, right? The limits are too risky for me because I'm calling trades. With the limits, if I put let's say I put a sell limit here on the bottom of my zone, price is coming up, and I set a buy limit here, I mean a sell limit here, expecting price to touch that point and turn around, right? But because I call in trades, I don't want to risk you guys' money. So if I ever call a sell limit or buy limit, my stop loss is going to be like 20 to 30 pips. 20 to 30 pips, I'm going to put a stop loss on it because price can very well come, activate your sell limit, buy your sell limit, and continue to go up. And then you would be hot that you took my trade. So I don't hardly ever call limits. Limits are too risky for me. Like I said, I'm a safe conservative trader, so I don't want to call the limits. I had the UJ as a limit for you guys, but I was like, I can't take that chance that go back in the consolidation box and then be tied up. But with the stops, if I set a stop here, if it activates, chances are it's going to continue going. We could at least get in the profit, at least 10 pips, maybe 5 pips, but we can get in profit. And if you want to, you can close out the trade. But at least we have a chance to get out the hole or to get into profit. So that's my personal preference, and you guys can feel free to do trade however you want. But for me, the limit's just too risky for me.
So Jamal, I thought like the limits, I thought they activate like when they come back down. That's not the case. Like
No,
they,
I wish. Trust me, if that was the case, everybody would be making money. Everybody, first touch that activates that.
so what's the main difference if the point starts to activate it, right? What's like the main difference between the sell stop and the sell limit?
Because you expect them price to go back up, the limit, but you expect them price to go up some more, right? The sell limit, you expect them price to go up some more and then drop, and then drop. So you can't, if price is going up and you want to set a sell, you want to catch the trade when it goes down, but you know it going up first, right? You can't put a sell stop here if price is below it. If price is here, you have to set your sell stop below it. So either you can watch it go all the way up there and then put a sell stop here, or you put a limit on it and just try to catch it at the most perfect time. Man, that's why I say.
So it just makes sense to use the sell stop and sell and buy
Because
stop.
we know price going down, yeah, we can miss the pips in between here and here. But if this one I find the trade and I say, okay, I expect it to go up there and turn around, I can put the sell stop here, put the sell stop there, or if I just let it play out, don't call the trade yet. But I don't call the trade yet and then put the sell stop a little bit higher. But why I like the sell stops below wherever price is because if price turn around here, say price turn around there, if I put a sell stop here below it, I put a sell stop here, that's going to create a new low. So we can get some pips in it for it to create the new low. Anything beyond here would be the new low, or anything above here would have been the new high. So, or here. So it just depends. The limits is just risky for me to call trades on. With my personal account, I jump in them, but I don't want to risk people's money by calling the limit. If I call a limit, I put in a tight stop loss on it. 20 pips is a tight stop loss to me. 25, 30 pips is a tight stop loss. Considering my stop loss could be 100, 150 pips. Max, I ain't trying to go over 200 pips in the hole. I go 200 pips in the hole, I close in a trade. Like a trade I called a couple months ago. I gone 10 pips over my stop loss, 210 pips, and then turn around and hit all my TPs. I was hot. But my mindset is 200 pips, let it go. You leverage right, that's only 10, 20% of your account balance. And that's why leveraging proper is key. And trust me, you've been there where we lose money. So we just try to help people don't make the same mistakes we make. But we humans, we can go ahead and we can do it. We can learn for ourselves. We can get burned and we can see how it feels, and then we can never do it no more. So here, this candle here is bigger than the previous 6 candles, and it's off my zone. It came out and it retested my zone. It came out my zone, retested it, so I could look to I could look to enter. I could look to enter the trade here. Look to enter the trade here and write it down to my next zone. And calculate the pips so I can put it on my spreadsheet. 121 pips. Let's see how the trade pan out. TP hit 121 pips. I put that down on my spreadsheet, my back test. Engulfing candle was the trade setup. 120 pips result. One trade complete. This one isn't bigger than this one here, so I'm not gonna take it as an engulfing candle. It ain't clear as day as a double bottom. I'd love to see it come down a little bit more. So I can't call it one as a double bottom, but in any event, it still went up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is engulfing candle. Probably could have ride it back down to the zone again. Probably the same entry point, another 120 pips. I wasn't gonna been that patient to stay in the trade. If I see it come down here and miss TP by a couple pips, I was taking that. I just close out the trade. Because I would have put my TP at 112.000 for this engulfing candle here. You can see it closed a little bit lower than this candle here, and this is the only candle where I was concerned if it was bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So TP missed by a couple pips. We put 2 trades down. We could count this how we count it as a loss, whatever. That's fine. But you got into profit from the engulfing candle. One, two. You could possibly call this as a double top. Came out, retest, second top, didn't close as high as the first top, but I already saw here, so I can't count that one. And it can happen. You can be back testing. You can go ahead a little bit too far. Don't cheat yourself when you back testing. 1, 2. Okay, so this one probably about the same size, even though I can see that green candle there. These two probably about the same size. So we skip that one. Wow. That's an engulfing candle. Probably enter here. If we can't get 50 pips, I'm not gonna take the trade. So at the bottom of the wick, okay, we could squeeze 50 out of that. Squeeze 50 pips out of it. So this one here, my stop loss for this one, my stop loss would have been to the wick. 164 pips, which don't make no sense if we go on for 50 pips. That's why I don't use the stop loss. But we could have possibly wrote this down. TP would have hit 50 pips, so that it ain't worth it. It ain't worth the trade. So you just basically find the setups and back tests, just like how I go on one candle at a time. 100 trades, that's gonna give you confidence in the market. That's gonna give you experience in the market. It's gonna help you to identify, to know exactly what you're looking for when you go to trade live. What I did was, while I took Dr. K's trade or swipe trades or harmonic scanner, I was studying. I was in the lab and I was studying and backtesting. After I backtested my 400 or 500 trades, I then went and I tried to triple my demo account looking for these same strategies. So from backtesting each strategy and being able to identify them in the market, learning how to draw up my charts, following certain master educators on IML TV, I learned to identify learned to identify what I look for in the market. So like the double tops and the double bottoms and the golfing candle, like they stand out to me now because I done look at them so much when I was doing my back testing and then when I was doing my demoing. And so I back test a lot of trades. I demoed a lot of trades. I tripled my demo account. And then I went live to build a small account. So a small account could be $25. It could be $100. That's your small account. After you do all that, back tests over 100 times for each catalyst, and then you demo it, triple in your demo account, and then you go live and build a small account, triple your small account. Like for me, it was $25 to take it to $75, and I was able to do that. So all that, you gain experience in the market. You know exactly what you're looking for when you go live with your real with your bigger account, because now you're confident, you know what you're doing. You don't gotta worry about losing money no more. You can actually put some real money on your account, or just stick with your same $25 account that you triple to 75 and then keep on building that up. By the time I was ready to actually invest my money into it, like my account was already solid because I already been practicing for so long. Like I know it's time for me to collect this money now that I've been losing. Because you don't have the experience now. You're not a newbie no more after you done finish back testing. You ain't lost no more because you already demo. You already triple your small account. So now you're ready to go in the market and just basically go and collect. It's collecting time. Time to collect once you identify and get used to seeing these setups in the market. You demo it, back test it, demo it, and build a small account. You can still take our trades to make money as you go, but you know your focus is you don't have to worry about actually finding trades for you, because we throw in trades in the trading group. So you need to take that time that you don't have to go in the market and find trades. Use that time to practice back testing, to practice drawing up your charts, to practice basically learning as much as you could learn and applying it to the chart, so that you can, when you're ready to trade on your own, you're ready to go, because we helping you make money. We helping you make money. You learn on your own time, in your spare time. Your account's still growing because you're taking our trades. Yeah, you can take some losses with us. You will take some losses with us. But in the meantime, you're learning while you're earning. And I don't take that lightly. Like I try to find solid setups when I call trades, and that's why I don't trade too often. I don't call trades unless I jump in the trade, and I feel like you don't need to overtrade. You need 1 or 2, maybe 3 solid trades for the week, and you're good for the week. You're good for the week. You don't have to force nothing in the market. You don't have to rush. Take your time. Take your time. Make your money, and I want you to learn this skill on your own. I promise you, you will thank yourself for taking the time to actually learn this, and just go from there. And I don't try to take people away from scalping. If you like scalping, then scalp. Like David is my boy, and I be on him. I say, hey, you faulting up now. You need to get on it. If I see he ain't calling, I go send him a big trade, get him started. So if you learn the long term, like no stress involved in my trading strategy, none whatsoever. You find an engulfing candle, put your sell stop there, ride it to the next zone. Find a double top, double bottom, same thing. You see price consolidate and breakout, and you see a retest, you jump in for the trade. Like no thinking. There's no thinking involved when you get comfortable, and that comfortableness comes from back testing. And now after you done get that down pat, and you go and you learn David's strategy. So if you could catch the big pips, you could catch the 150 pips. So if this candle here moves, let's just say 100 pips to get to the next zone, and you learn to scalp, you can scalp this all the way down. You can scalp this one candle and get 60 pips from it. You're still waiting on your 100 pips. You're still holding that position on your 100 pips. You leave that alone. You ain't checking for that. And you have your next account where you're scalping or where you get 60 pips. And then the next candle come out and you say, okay, a pullback gotta happen. Let's just make a big drop. And you jump in for the buy. You catch another 20 pips. And then you're like, okay, it stopped. It turned around. You just see where price turn around. You see that this was a minor zone here. Where price found support here. You're looking for defined resistance over here now. So when you see that resistance, you see the next candle come down, you can ride it all the way down to the next zone. You just get another 40, 50 pips. while you have the 100 pip on the side there. So you catch 100 pips over here and 150 while you're scalping. Like, you have the best of both worlds right now. You can scalp it, learn to trade the long time, and then learn to scalp. And you learn the two of them, game over. Go take your money from the market. That's all it is. This is easy. This long-term trading is easy. You set it and forget it. Set it, forget it, because you know you have your confirmations. Ain't like you just saying, okay, this look like this going up. No, you see the engulfing candles. You see the double top. The double top, you see price dropping. You see a double top, and then you see an engulfing candle on top of that double top. So easy money. Easy money. No thinking involved. No hurting your head. Price normally turns around where it sees that it is found support or resistance before, wherever you see it on the chart. Anywhere you see price turn around, it turn around there before somewhere on the chart. Anywhere. So you look here, price turn around here, it reversed, it was going up and it gone down right here. Same thing over here. It was coming down and it stopped and gone up. Like, you just need to find the time to learn while you're earning. Wherever price turns around, it's gonna turn around again. So I just added something else to my strategy. I can give it out now. I can keep y'all, I can let y'all process this information. And then next session, I'm gonna go a little bit more into details because this was pretty vague. I showed y'all a lot. Y'all can Google them. Y'all can Google these setups, engulfing candle, double top, double bottom, Velasquez. You guys can Google it. Feel free to hit me up. I do give homework though. I do give homework, and my homework for you guys is I really don't. I ain't gonna press upon you to turn in your homework. If you turn it in, I can critique it for you and let you know what I think about it. And if I think you're doing it right or where you need to improve, I will give you that kind of feedback. So if you go ahead and you actually draw up your chart, I want you to take a snapshot, get as much of it in there. Tell me your reason. I want you to find a trade set. I want you to draw up your chart with the zones. Go to the day chart, turn it into line, and I want you to draw up your charts where price turnaround. I can give you a specific pair. I want y'all to chart up for me. So I don't want y'all cheating and taking screenshots of this. Wherever y'all see the major turnarounds, definitely throw them in there. For me, I like to catch the pullbacks here, like how price went up here and then turn around. Like I want to catch that. Price went up and pulled back. I want to catch that. So the sharp turns, this move here, you get your turn here. I know I have resistance there. I know I have support over here. So place the lines first and then go back and catch the wicks for the zones. And then draw up your chart, and then I want you to tell me why you're taking the trade, whether it be a double top, double bottom, whether it be a double top, double bottom. So just basically put the text box, double top, or engulfing. So let me just draw it up for you guys right quick. So I got the last kiss here. Last kiss, where price came down, consolidation, breakout, and it retest the box. It kissed it before it went back down, last kiss. And then let me just zoom in. And we have the double top here. Double top. Here we have a downtrend because the double top started the downtrend, so I have to count the downtrend. Downtrend. So the downtrend continued and the last kiss respected the downtrend. So that's an extra confirmation there. Double top and then engulfing candle. Let me change this right quick. A bearish engulfing candle, I want you to tell me where you're going to enter the trade. You tell me where you're going to enter the trade. We selling this, so You either go sell stop after the engulfing candle. Put your stop loss in place above the wick of the candle, where your target going, where your TP going, where your TP3 going. That's where not even in my zone down here. 143 pips, your risk is 45 pips. 143 pips, that's the trade there. From the engulfing candle. The engulfing candle was your first setup, and then you happen to turn around and you see the last kiss, you want to enter the last kiss. So you either do a buy limit here and write it down to the next zone. That's your homework. This call is being recorded, so you can always go back and refer to this. I also have other videos in case I missed some stuff that I was supposed to go over. I have other videos on my YouTube channel that you can go and check out at your leisure. But definitely I want you to label it out. I want your confirmations labeled. I want your reason for taking the trade. And I want to see the long or short, they call this, long or short position, and just mark out your TP and your stop loss, and then show me how to trade. And it don't have to be nothing in the future. You can go back and you can say, okay, I have a break. I have it coming out the zone, a retest, and then I get a strong candle printed, engulfing candle here. I entered here and I wrote it down. That's your homework. If you turn it in, I'll help you out. I can help you guys out. If you turn in your homework, I guarantee you it's gonna help you to be able to identify setups, because you actually looking for this trade setup yourself. You are going to be able to start to identify stuff for yourself, because you actually putting in the practice. And that'll probably only be one trade. So imagine if you actually go on back tests and find 100. Imagine how powerful that would be. If I just asked you to go do one, and that's gonna change the game for you. You do 50, 25, 10, whatever. But if you turn in this homework, I guarantee you, and you let me help you with identifying your zones or your trade setup, like by all means, take a picture of it, set the camera button on the laptop, just take a snapshot, copy the URL, and go to Telegram, post it and post it to, you can send it directly to me, or you can post it in the Legacy Worldwide group and say this homework or whatever. But I will ask one thing of you guys. If you got any value from this call tonight, I would love it if you guys could go on my Facebook page and just give me a shout out for the training. I would greatly appreciate that. All right. So any questions before I wrap this call?
Can you show us one more time how you copied the, like, once you found your trade setup and you want to share it? I missed that. I only caught the end of that.
So on Trading View, there's a camera button. Just make sure everything that you want to show me is in view.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say, okay, this is my setup here. This is my setup here. This is what I'm looking at. This is my reasons for getting in the trade. These are my confirmations. This is where my TP is. Then just go to the top right corner and take a snapshot. Make sure I can see the prices on the right hand side.
Okay.
I want to see your stop loss and take profit. I want to see that clearly, and your reason. So if you have to zoom in some more, zoom in. Just make sure I can see it. Whatever on the screen at the time you press that button is what's gonna copy. So just hit copy, and then you can open up Telegram on the computer and just send it in Telegram, or however. All right, but I would prefer it on Telegram, where I can actually just pull it up on my computer and just open it up on my laptop.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I have, unless someone else have a question.
I'm ready to go do my homework now.
Trust me, that homework is gonna be a game changer for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if no other questions, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a great night.